Okay, real sales talk, real role play, power hour on conversations. What we got? Conversations to role play today. Write them in the chat box. Raise your hand. Tell me what you're thinking on role play for today. Tajay.
Still trying to get better at going deeper and getting more emotional. Well, not more emotional, but getting more into the people that are more emotional. Being more sympathetic and just getting deeper into the basically going 3 levels deep. That's something I'm still trying to work on because again, what I've been noticing is I'm kind of straight to the point,
Uh-huh.
and it kind of I realized it even because I had this a buyer consult on Sunday,
Okay.
and we were just having a conversation going pretty well. To the end of it, she kind of was hesitant on signing, and I was gonna come back and just simply ask her, like, why are you against working with one broker instead, because she's looking to work with multiple. And then she said something else, and then I just got sidetracked and not even come back to that. And I'm like, it's just something simple that kind of cost me that, even though I think I can still get it. I'm gonna follow up with her today, but it's just kind of going 3 levels deep and just getting more information is what I'm trying to work on.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe that one specific objection or just going deeper on motivation.
Just going deeper motivation.
Yeah. Because that's an interesting objection. Well, I'm thinking about working with multiple brokers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to sign a contract. I mean, if all you
Yeah.
guys can work for me, why would I want one person to work for me?
Right.
That's a good objection. Let's roll that real quick before we jump into motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea, I'm just thinking about going with all have all you guys know I'm for sale. Why don't I just I don't want to sign with one person when you guys all know I'm for sale and I can utilize all of you.
Sure, I can understand that completely. So tell me what's important to you about having more than one person represent you or having no one represent you, technically.
What do you mean?
Well, if you don't have anything signed with anyone, at least here in Texas, technically, right, you don't have someone having a fiduciary and putting your best interest first. So tell me what's more important to you about not having someone represent you.
Well, if that way I don't have to be committed to one person. I mean, if everybody knows I'm for sale, then then I got everybody working for me.
Sure. Well, would you like someone to be committed to you?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Well, is it important to you to get your home sold for top dollar?
It is.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you think an agent that would be committed to you would then be committed to getting you top dollar?
If they say that again?
Do you think if an agent would be committed to you and your interest, then they'd be committed to getting you top dollar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds good. So, um, I'd love to go over what that actually looks like because I know sometimes it can be scary signing things. Have you signed a representation agreement before?
I have.
Okay. So do you kind of have an idea of what it goes over?
Yeah, I mean basically time frame and compensation and all that.
Sure, sure. And exclusivity and fiduciary, putting your interests first. Do
Yeah.
you
What
go there?
happened? You
I
were
know.
good. You had it.
Um, and it sounds like it's important to you to get top dollar. So would you like to visit sometime and just kind of go over what that looks like and how I can get you top dollar for your property?
Okay. Okay, break script.
Okay.
Always close on open question or just lead them right to the appointment. Just assumptively close, right? So you did something masterful right at the beginning. Do you hear that line at the beginning,
And you
Tajay?
caught me so off
Yeah, I
guard,
like that
Pauly.
one.
You caught me so off guard.
And then she repeated it. She got scared. I was like, that was good right there.
Hey, what would you um what was it? What'd she say?
Don't you think someone that was committed to you would be committed to getting you that top dollar? I love that line.
But there wasn't even you so use this method I call the option, which the trigger is or is the trigger, right?
Mm.
And you go, oh, would you have you what is it about having um nobody work for everybody work for you or nobody commit having everyone committed or nobody committed. What was it? Did you hear what she say? Do you remember what she said?
I don't remember what I said.
It was freaking awesome. I wish I could rewind right now. I wish I could rewind because you go because the option is when you use the trigger word for an alternate reality or an alternate option, right? So you go, well, hey, you could have you know, everybody out there committed to finding you a buyer, or what if nobody was committed to finding you a buyer? And they go, well, what are you talking about? And you go, well, I mean, if nobody's committed to you to, legally to find you, if you haven't hired anybody to work for you, then who's really going to work for you? Well,
That's
you all
valid.
know. Well, yeah, of course we all know, but I mean, there's 14,000 homes on the market. Why would I spend time trying to find a buyer for you when somebody else is willing to hire me? I mean, how often do you work without any commitment to pay? Okay, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like the or that was so good. I
Thank
can't
you.
like it was a really, really good line. Or we've done that in Power Hour a little bit. Maybe subconsciously your mind went, "Oop, what about the option?" You might have because you did it just the way that I use the option, where I'm like, or what if nothing happened?
I can 100% tell you that was subconscious because you caught me off guard when you called me to script practice. So I was just like totally off the cuff.
Yeah, that was a really good option.
Thank
Uh,
you.
because what we're looking to do is challenge thoughts and ideas and concepts when somebody's saying something that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, I don't want to sign with anybody because I just get everybody to work for me. That's not true.
Yeah.
But I can't say that's not true. Like I got to be able to constructively be able to have the conversation for them
Sure.
to be able to respond in a way that would make sense by asking a good question. That was a really free. I wish we could replay the tape, man. That was so freaking good. Okay. So why don't I just have a all you guys work for me, Tajay, when I want to commit to you when I could everybody knows I'm for sale. Everybody's gonna, I'm offering a commission. So just bring me a buyer.
No, yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Paulie, and possibly if I was in your position, I would honestly, I would probably think the same. But what's important to you, about not having someone sign with you?
Well, I don't I don't just want to commit.
You don't want to come in. Is there
Yeah.
anything is there anything specific behind that, or you just hate us agents?
I've had bad experience with agents, not really doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean I'm offering commissions, so I mean, why would I want to commit to one person when everybody is going to know that I'm for sale?
No, of course not. Hear you loud and clear, and that's exactly why. Unfortunately, I heard that way too often. About people in your position having bad experiences, and that's exactly why I think we should sit down again, 15, 20 minutes tops, and just to show you how my team could help you get that number. Because at the end of the day, Paul, you wouldn't do anything unless it made sense. Am I right?
That's true.
So usually, when are you available? Quick 15 minutes on weekends or weekdays.
Okay, not bad, but not deep enough. Here's
See, that's
why,
what I'm
right?
saying.
Because
Yeah.
so you started to, and then you let me go, right? I go, I just had a bad experience with agents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you mean? Well,
Okay, one more into that.
I had this guy, and he wasn't. And I did. I said, well, I've had a bad experience with agents, and not really doing anything. What do you
Mm-hmm.
mean, not really doing anything? What do you mean is a great segue to like dig deeper, Tajay. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean they didn't do anything? Well, blah 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 blah. Okay, so is it that you think all agents are like that, or maybe or maybe maybe you just had a bad agent?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. You guys are all kind of, I'm not really high on the list in regards to professionalism or running your businesses at a high level. Yeah, look, I can understand that because 1% of us do 99% of the business. So I get that. And I mean, what else is holding you back? Well, you guys all know that I'm for sale. Yeah, well, what do you mean? What do you mean we all know we're for sale? What does that even mean?
Right.
You all know I'm for sale? Bullshit. You don't know. We don't know. Okay, I can't say that, right? But I can go, well, okay, well, you guys all know I'm for sale. I'm offering the commission. Well, yeah, I know you're for sale, but what do you mean you all know we all know you're for sale? Well, it's on Zillow. Okay. So how many of the agents do you think really see you on Zillow? I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean, is it a possibility that people don't see you on Zillow because 95% of the properties are being sold on the multiple listing service? Well, maybe. I don't know, but I don't care. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's so I mean, you're not committed because maybe you had a bad experience, but I mean, if committing to somebody who was professional and who could give you the visibility that you needed, and maybe do you think you're going to make more money if less people see you or more people see you? Well,
More.
more.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so if you got more people that are going to see you and you have a professional that obviously you feel comfortable with, but obviously you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense for you. False or true? True. Okay. Well,
True.
then let's do this. Let's sit down and look at how a professional like myself can bring more money to the table and more visibility because you've been for sale by owner for how many weeks? 6. Okay. And how many offers do you have right now? None. Okay. Well, then is it really unreasonable for us to sit down and see how I can put more money in your pocket by really causing more people to see your property and to find the right buyer who'll pay more? Is that unreasonable? No. Okay, well, great. Tuesday at 4, Wednesday at 6. What do you mean? Dig in on what do you mean, Tajay? What do you
Hmm.
mean? Go 3 deep on like understanding what they're saying. Who, what, when, where, how, why. Yes or no questions, not bad. But I mean, okay, so this is a good segue into that other thing that you were talking about, which is like, how do I dig in deeper on someone? Which conversation are we going to role play, and then practice digging deeper and going at least 3 deep on motivation or situation. Is it motivation or situation or just the whole thing you need to dig deeper on?
I could say the whole thing.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, because you do skim a little bit. You say some good things technically, but
Hmm.
your conversations feel a little cold. Just straight, right? Like I'm trying to help you now, right? I'm
Yeah.
coaching you on like,
Hmm.
okay, you want to go next level? All right, dig in a little bit deeper here. Now, what conversation are we going to role play specifically, and we'll start from the top.
Uh, can you give me 1 second? Can I go next? My mom's calling me.
Yeah.
I'm at the
Oh
DMV
yeah.
with her.
Oh, dude, you better not. You better answer your mama.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Who's role playing?
I'll go.
Okay. What conversation?
So I know, I'm sure everyone's hitting it right now. You know, the bad economy, inflation, interest rates,
Okay.
tariffs.
Yep. So which
Um,
which conversation are we going to play? Like where are we going to? Where are we? Who are you talking to?
buyer?
Buyer. Okay. Open house or buy open house lead
No,
or
no, calling.
okay. Internet lead.
They, yeah, they were looking online.
Okay.
Call them up.
All right. Got it. Let's go.
All right, you want me to call you?
Yeah, you call me.
Okay, ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, Pauly.
Yeah, this is Pauly.
Yeah, hi, Pauly. This is Mike with the Fredo Group. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Not much. I was just giving a call. I see that you were on our website looking at homes for sale around Davenport.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I was just looking around.
okay, what has you looking?
It's interesting market. I just wanted to kind of see where prices were.
Okay, okay. So you're thinking of possibly buying something in Davenport?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I was, but honestly, this economy and there's a lot of uncertainty. I'm not really sure it's a good time to buy. So I was just looking around.
Okay. So what you're saying is like the economy has you worried?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, inflation and now all this tariff stuff. I mean, it's not doesn't seems a little scary.
Okay, yeah. Inflation, tariffs, it's understandable. A lot of people are in the same boat as you. Okay. So let me ask you this. What kind of economy are you looking for before you make a move? Like what would have to change?
I mean, interest rates coming down a little bit more, that'd be nice.
Okay. What kind of interest rate were you thinking to get? Or
I mean, I
would
don't even
make you
know
make
where
a
we're
move?
at right now. Is it the sevens or high sixes?
Uh maybe lower than 7, 6, 7, 5, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just a half point lower would be nice. I mean, I don't
Okay.
know. It's just on the news, it just seems like so much craziness.
I understand that. So what if I told you I know there's a way you can get a couple points lower than that for the rate? Would you be
Really?
interested then?
Yeah. I mean that's I didn't. What do you mean? I mean, isn't the rate?
No, there's actually, I mean, especially in this area, Central Florida, a lot of new construction. They have their own financing, and they're doing interest rates a couple points lower than the regular market. So if I could hook you up with a brand new house, warranty, they take care of your closing costs, and a much lower rate, would you be interested then?
All right, I'll take that. Now here's what I liked. Good tonality, good roll, meaning repeat, approve, move. Really good question at the end. Hey, what if? Okay, so look, there's segues to be able to challenge. I got to be able to challenge thoughts, right? So
Mhm.
the previous role play Andrea did, or so I hear you on this situation, or what about this situation? So Mike goes, what if? Well, what if I can get you a what was it? What did you say? What was the line?
So what if I could find you a home with a much lower interest rate? Would
What
you
if
be
I can find you a
interested
home
then?
with a much lower interest rate? Well, wait a minute. That challenges my thought, my base thought, and now, well, what do you mean? Or whatever I say, right? But now you've opened up the perspective of possibility, right? And now because you've
Mhm.
asked a good question, and now I go, well, maybe. Okay, dude, that was good. What if? What if? So we got or, we got what if. What are your thoughts? How would you feel if? What would you think if? So I like the option or, and I like what if to open up possibilities, risks and rewards because it can go positive or negative, right? Well,
Mhm.
what if
Mhm.
interest rates get worse? Well, I'm not cool with that. Okay, so one thing though, we're talking about going deeper. All right, listen here, Tajay. Like, Mike, I said I'm looking at prices. What does that mean?
Mhm.
I'm looking as a buyer. I'm looking as a seller. What do you mean looking at? I'm looking at prices. What do you mean?
Right.
What do you mean? Uh, I need the economy to get better. You did a version of it. I don't know if you said exactly what do you mean, but like, what kind of economy are you looking for? Okay, not bad, now somebody says I'm waiting for economic conditions to get better. I didn't say that exactly, but that's what I was saying. What am I worried about? What am I worried about, Mike? What am I worried about?
Could be a few things.
Could be a few
Payments,
things. Like what?
mortgage. Monthly
Uh,
payments.
Money, money, money. I'm talking economics. What am I worried about? Money.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you went macro. What about micro? Well, what about an interest rate that could be better? Macro, bigger, right? What about smaller? What am I talking about? What about your situation? Like, are you worried about your job or something?
mm,
Have you looked at what are your thoughts on what your payments would be? I haven't really looked at that. Well, no, I'm pretty comfortable with the payments. I mean, I looked at that. Okay, so are you worried about like not being able to afford that, or like what your job? We did that, right? But like, okay, macro, big picture. What about micro? Okay, so here's, I don't think I've said this to you guys here, but in live sessions that I do, it's called inches. I'm looking for the inches, Tajay. Like they
Mhm.
say shit and then you don't dig deeper. All right, that's the theme today, right? Dig deeper. Like they say shit and then you ask a little question and then you just keep going. Hey, well, what if the interest rates were better? Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Money? Why are you worried about money? Macro. Okay. Micro. Dig in, ask some more questions. Rule number one, get to know the people. Digging a little bit deeper there on what's going on with these. I'm looking at prices. Okay, you went buy side, but you still could have asked that question and circled back and like, well, what do you mean about? I mean, were you looking at prices because you got something to sell too? Because look, I don't know what the number is. I don't remember. It's like 40% or maybe more NAR on people who buy who have something to sell. That's a significant number. Like
Mhm.
40%? That's a
almost
lot.
half. Almost half.
Right. So what am I asking about that scenario? What am I asking about what their thoughts are or situation is with that? All right, dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper. Let's focus on the inches. Let's do another role play. Focus on the inches. The inches are every little thing that they say where I could ask another question, a couple of questions, questions off of the questions. Dig deeper, dig deeper. So two role plays in a row, real good questions. Andreas or Mike's what if challenging thoughts for me to go deeper. We're just scratching the surface though, because you guys could go way deeper still. All right, I'm giving you examples so that the role plays continue to improve. Who wants it?
Mhm.
I'll go.
Okay. What's the context? Who are you talking to?
Uh, I'll say absentee owner.
Absentee
Um,
owner. Okay, I like
mhm.
it. Fresh from the beginning or right at an objection?
We can go fresh from the beginning.
First from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Anybody want to be NOO? Absentee homeowner? I'm gonna be it. Okay.
All right.
I'll go.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, Paulie.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Paul. This is Tajay. Just give me a quick call here about 123 Main Street. I saw that property came off the market. Just wanted to know if you ended up selling that privately or if you're still looking to make that move at the moment.
No, I think I'm gonna lease it back out.
Thinking to lease it back out. Okay, I hear
Yeah.
you loud and clear, man. Just out of curiosity, obviously you have a beautiful home here, man.
Mm.
What was the reason for even selling? Were you looking to stay in the area or move out of town?
No, I'm looking to just rent it back out, honestly. I'm here. It's just I don't want to give the property away and I don't I
Hmm.
mean, do you have any buyers?
Yeah, I'm happy you asked that. That's exactly why I called you. You said rent this property back out. This is not your primary residence. Is this a rental property?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I see. And currently it's currently empty, I'm guessing.
Yeah, right now it is. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's perfect, man. And I saw that it was for sale. What were the plans after you were to sell it? Were you looking to possibly just cash out, 1031 exchange, anything specific?
Well, honestly, I didn't need the money, but I was looking to cash it out and pay off some of my daughter's college debt. She went to NYU, so I was gonna cash that out and then
Hmm.
just play around a little bit with it. So,
I see, no worries. And after you were to cash that out, hypothetically, and pay your daughter's schooling off, was the goal to ever possibly get another property, or were you looking to reinvest it anywhere? What were the plans with that?
no, I was just gonna take a vacation and to pay down my mortgage a little bit.
Okay, I see. Perfect. And just out of curiosity here, Paulie, do you have any other properties, or is this the only one that you were thinking of possibly getting off your hands here?
This one for now because it's I'm in Long Island and that one's
Mm-hmm.
kind of deep into Queens and I just didn't want to deal with it. It's too far away.
No, yeah, that totally makes sense. And I'm happy I'm on the phone with you here. We helped a ton of people in your position. Paul, let me know if I'm in the ballpark here with you. The goal here was to possibly, offload this property if it made sense, financially wise, to get the money to not only pay off some of your bills, but also your daughter's schooling bills. You mentioned she
Yeah.
just graduated from NYU, right?
Yeah.
And maybe, and also the issue with this is it's kind of far for you. The commute is a bit long from Long Island to Queens. Am I riding passenger here with you?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Paulie, what I like to do for you, man, 10-15 minutes here. I like to stop by, take a look at the property, go over a game plan of how we can help you get this property off your hands here for top dollar. Um, Usually when are you available, man? Weekends or weekdays?
Can you hear that?
Nah, I didn't hear
You can't hear it?
it. Nah.
That sucks. All right. I got my yeah, yeah. My gong. It lights up.
Yeah, that's sort of
Okay.
like.
There we go. There we go. All right. All right. Good job with fluidity. I like your fluency, right? You're saying good things and you're saying them with fluidity. You're keeping you're staying your response gaps are tight, right? They say something, I say something. They say something, I say something. Because when you guys are talking to strangers and you're like trying to figure out what to say, and there's
Hmm.
even like 1 second of gap, like it can sound weird, and then you're weird, they're weird, no appointment. All right, so
Everybody's weird. Yeah.
response gaps were good, nice and tight. Flow, good. Because it's almost like singing, guys. Like I can't sing for shit, but I'll tell you right now, when I'm flowing, the conversation's going. Ooh. When I'm flowing, conversation's going. When I don't flow, you don't go. Gosh, it's like Dr. Seuss coaching here. Okay. So look. Still not deep enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Where were the inches? Here we go. Here we go. Where were the inches? Somebody, anybody. Where were the inches?
The daughter.
Daughter? Why?
I could have dug a bit more deeper into the time frame of when she's graduating, all that stuff.
Yeah, was it so is that ongoing debt or that's something that's already done and I have to pay for?
Yeah.
So now look, these questions are in the playbook on motivation. So was now it's these are the this is the base of the two questions that are in the playbook that are repeated.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea, this is from Coaching Skills Camp. This is freaking so good. What's important about that? What does that do for you? When you guys, those are your dig deep questions right there. Now, what do you mean? All right, that was a nice quick little tool I gave you. What do you mean? What do you mean? That would have worked. Oh, your daughter's debt. Well, I want to pay off my daughter's debt. Oh, your daughter. What do you mean? Well, and then he explains it. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I want to pay off my daughter's debt. Okay, what's important about that? Well, she went to NYU. I mean, that's a lot. Okay, so paying off a lot of the debt. So is that already that's ongoing, or that's something that's already done, and you just want to get it out of your hair? No, it's already done. Okay, so what's that do for you? Now, when you're Tajay, when your response gaps are
Mm-hmm.
super tight there, when they're super tight and you sound really interested, then they'll answer. They'll
Yeah.
answer. Why will they answer? Because it's an emotional tie.
Right.
Because he'll be like, "Fuck, get this debt out of my hair."
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right? I
Yeah.
mean, when you touch an emotional trigger, debt, nobody likes debt. When you're really interested in it and you ask a good question around it, man, your daughter's debt, what's that do for you? You keep it super tight. But if you're weird about that at all, like if you're weird about asking a sensitive question, what's important
Mm-hmm.
about that? What's that do for you? Or you sound disingenuous because you're trying to process and script, dude, forget it. You're done. You're done. But when you ask that like with sincerity and you're right there in the moment with them and you're feeling it with them, they'll answer. Okay, what other inches were there? There was a couple other inches I caught. I was writing them down. Anybody?
Uh, the thing about like why even invest in Queens, or is that where you're originally from? I could have dig more into the locations.
Could have dug more into the location. So what's that mean for you? It's further out from you where you are in Long Island. Well, what's important about that? About not having to go out there? What does that do for you? And those are successive questions, by the way. It's not either or. It's like one and then two, and then by the way, run it a second or third round.
Mm-hmm.
So watch. I'll show you right now. So what's important about that, Tajay? About not having to go out to Queens?
Man, again, it's the traffic. Usually,
Okay.
where I'm at, the traffic is not a lot of highways,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
again, it's just a lot of money paying gas back and forth, man. I just don't want
Yeah,
to do that.
yeah. I hear you, man. I've been in that situation before. So what's that do for you though?
Um, free up a little bit more time. Even if I was to possibly get a property again, it would be somewhere out here in Long Island, maybe, because
Oh,
Queens is a
gotcha,
bit further.
gotcha.
And the
Okay.
taxes, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. And I see a lot of people doing that too who live out in Long Island to be able to invest maybe closer to home. So what's important about that though?
I can either also keep an eye on the property myself. Usually, again, it's so far away. I have to worry about maybe asking a family member or a friend to maybe take a look. And they don't always do the best job, so I can maybe be more hands-on, maybe.
Okay, there we go. Break script. All right, you heard me. One, two, three. How often do you do it, man? I don't know. Don't make it unnatural, but like
Hmm.
make it so you're digging deeper. Do I have to ask them three, four, five, six? Look, you could, where you're like, I'm not. It's not. I'm not there yet. Like, well, what's going on? But you should be swinging at least two times. What's important about that? What's that do for you? What's important about that? So then, what does that do for you? Because maybe I ask those questions, and by the second or third time, like I'm getting a pretty good idea on where they're at with it. And I was doing one other thing. Oh, you guys got a good session today. Listen, I was doing one other thing that I call them trail, repeat, and approves. Now this really fortifies the response gaps by confirmation. Because look, we're looking at each other right now, but but when you're talking to somebody, look, I'm looking right at you. I'm doing this. Look, I'm doing this. I'm
Hmm.
going, uh-huh. And my body language is going, I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm paying attention. I'm approving you, right? Even my hand signals might go, okay. But they can't. You got none of that, right? So these
Right.
trail, repeat, and approves is this, Andre? It's like, oh, and
Hmm.
like you're talking, and I'm like almost like talking over you, where I go, oh, okay, all right. Like I'm approving while you're talking, and I'm going, yeah, and okay, all right, all right. So like because you can't see me going like this. You can't see me doing that. So over the phone, Tajay, to like fortify the energy and the rapport, I'm
Hmm.
like, and did you feel like I was talking over you?
No, it just felt like you were, and you kind of made it more personable.
you feel like I'm paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, you're stranger, like agent, right? You're stranger. Like you need to fortify this conversation. So Andrea, these trail repeat and approves are like little sounds and like maybe some approval. Oh, okay. All right. No, okay, I understand. All right. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Like while they're talking to fortify the conversation. Man, you guys ain't gonna get this shit anywhere else. Okay. Okay. All right. There was a couple other inches I'll give them to you.
Mm-hmm.
Play. I'm gonna take the money. I'm gonna play. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna play. Oh, you're gonna play around. What do you mean? So you're gonna play around. So what's important about that? So what's that do for you? Okay, what's important about that? Play. So they're saying stuff that means something to them, but like you let it go. You let it slide. Or maybe you're focused on one thing and then because maybe you have some clarity, maybe you don't have still enough clarity yet on motivation because we're talking about motivation for you to like jump back in and go, all right, pay attention now, listen. We were talking about debt now, and he said something else about playing too. Like, hey, you were saying something about playing. I mean, what do you mean about that? You could come,
Possibly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you could come back to that, Tajay, because he brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to dig deeper. There was one more thing: mortgage. Pay off my mortgage. Okay, pay off your mortgage. What do you mean? That may sound like a stupid question, but it's not,
Yeah, they're
right?
gonna open it. Yeah.
What do you mean when you pay off your mortgage? Oh well, I only got like I only got like $25,000 left. Wow. Okay. Nice. Congratulations. So what's that do for you? There we go. Man. So what's important about paying off your mortgage? See, some of these things you think you subconsciously, like your thought moves faster than your mouth. I'm like, oh yeah, no, paying off his mortgage, that's good. Everybody wants to pay off their mortgage and have free and clear. Like you start having these subconscious responses as to what their motivation means when
Mm-hmm.
you haven't actually got them to verbalize it and got them to talk about it. And so you're still skimming off the top water skiing when you haven't scuba dived yet.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more time. Let dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper. Who wants it? We're looking for the inches, all these little inches where they say stuff, and I can ask some more questions. If nobody raises their hand,
Sure, I'll go again.
I know Tajay's gonna do it again. It's okay. It's okay. Going once, going twice. Okay. All right, here we go, Tajay. Oh.
You want to start it over again all the way, or you want to just go from a?
Yeah, let's start from the top so you can see where I can identify inches and go deeper.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, Paulie.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Paul. This is TJ, man. Giving you a quick call here about 123 Main Street. I saw that came off the market. So I wanted to see if you ended up selling that privately, or if you were still looking to make that move at the moment.
No, we didn't sell. We were taking it off the market.
Taking it to the market. I hear you
Yeah.
loud and clear. It's a beautiful home, man. What ended up happening there? Did you guys get any feedback as to why the
Couldn't
property
get an
may not?
offer. No, our agent was Baba Ganoush.
Uh-huh.
She couldn't. I don't think she could sell anything. It just bad. Bad. We were on the market, during some of these holiday months, and I think we had a bad agent. So I'm just gonna take a break.
Yeah, no, I hear you loud and clear, Paulie. And honestly, if I was in your position there, I would I would feel the same way, man. And that's why I'm happy I got you in the line here. Great thing about that is my team, we actually what you call second home specialists. So we help people that have been we helped a ton of families that have been in your exact shoes here. So, the great thing about that is now you have options as well. So when you did have it on the market, what were the goals? Were you looking to, possibly stay here in Hempstead or move out of town?
No, we were actually going to. This was an investment property, so we had tenants. They moved out, and now
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna rent it back out.
Oh, I see, I see. Perfect. And was there a time frame that you were possibly looking to make anything happen?
Yeah, as soon as possible. I mean, the
As soon as
property's been
possible.
vacant for 3 months now, so
Right.
now,
And
yeah, now I'm having to deal with all that.
no, definitely. And also that 3 months is months that you've been losing money. Am I right?
I haven't been making money.
Right. No, I hear you loud and clear here, Paulie. So, when this property was to sell, when you were looking to sell, what was the goal when you were looking to sell it? Were you looking to possibly 1031, reinvest it somewhere else? What were the goals with that?
I was honestly just gonna cash it out. I have a couple of rental properties, and this one's the oldest one. So I've been pouring money into it for repairs. And,
Hmm.
I'm in my 70s now. So I just don't want to have to deal with it anymore.
No, yeah, that totally makes sense. I hear you there, man. And what would that do for you here if you were to cash it out?
Just not deal with it anymore. I mean, it's just been a pain in my neck.
I see. And you've also mentioned, you do have a few other properties. Do you have someone handling that for you, or are you also taking on the brunt of that work as well?
No, I handle it all.
Oh man, Paulie. Hey, look, you sound like a sharp guy, man. And in your 70s doing all that work. Hey,
Yeah, well,
congratulations on
yeah,
that.
my family's been, they've owned quite a bit of real estate, so I don't, it's not so bad for me.
No, I see. That's beautiful. At least the background of the whole business here. So, Paulie, let me know if I'm in the, if you were to get a good number for this property, were you still looking to possibly cash out?
I mean, if I could, I don't know that the market's in a play. I didn't get any offers at the price we pulled it off at.
I see. And what was the number that you were looking for?
I really wanted 850.
850. That's hey, that
Yeah.
sounds good, man. And 850, that's a good number. Anything specific about that? What would that do for you there?
Well, it's I really just wanted to be able to just like I said, I just don't want to move on. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I just want to move on.
No, I hear you. And just out of curiosity here, I know got you on the line. What do you mean move on from this property? Was there anything specific that's, causing an issue with this one?
No, I mean, like it's older, as I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
and I just I'd rather just not have to deal with it anymore.
No, yeah, I hear you loud and clear here, Paulie. And again, that's exactly why I'm happy I got you on the line here. My team, we've helped tons of people here in Hempstead, offload their properties. Let me know if I'm in a ballpark here, Paulie. You had this property that you were, you were renting out, but now it's currently vacant, and it's been causing you a bit of issues with the repairs and the age of it. So you're kind of trying to get it off your hands, even though you do have other properties here. Um, am I riding passenger with you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, Paulie, what I like to do is, what I like to do here is, stop by 10, 15 minutes. I like to take a look at the property, show you what go over everything, show you a strategy how we can help you get this property off your hands. Typically, man, when are you usually available? Weekends or weekdays?
Okay. You're coming up short still.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is where you're asking some of the questions, but maybe it's you're not following through with addition. So what's that do for you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then I give you a vague answer, and
Mm-hmm.
then your ability to like repeat and approve and like dig a little deep and stay there versus you're like asking some side questions that or making side comments,
Mm-hmm.
and like you're actually saying too much. Like say less. Like
Okay.
you're saying too much. Like when you ask a question, like I don't know if there's lack of confidence in the question or you feel
Mm-hmm.
like you need to say more to sound better. What do you think? Is there
Um,
is there lack of confidence or you feel like you need to say more to feel more confident or you don't know?
no, honestly, I usually don't say enough, so I'm trying to work on saying more. That's the issue. I think I'm trying to over
Okay.
exaggerate it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So then good. Look. The role play is good because that helps you reinforce like, all right, what's working, what's not working here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's the good news. You're in the right place. To like, all right, because here it doesn't cost you anything. You go out there, it costs you 10, 20, 30 grand. Okay.
Right.
So when you dig in on that, when you dig deep, dig deeper on that, stay in that vein of like really wanting to know what's that do for you. All right. So help me understand though. Like I don't get it. Like what's important about that? I feel like you kept breaking vein and like going to other things to say or
Mm-hmm.
asking other questions.
Yeah, I kept moving. I kept ramming and moving on to a different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because look, it's this deeper. Like, help me understand what's going on here with what you're saying. Because here's the thing, guys. You don't know these people. You've asked good. Now, if you're doing and you're not looking at a script right now, correct?
No.
Yeah, I can tell because you're all over the place. Right? And unless you really internalize the script at a high level where you can like not say it word for word, but like, well, if you're calling an expired, like, whoa, like, what happened here? Because for expireds, Tajay, you get them talking by talking about what's going on. Hey, by the way, did you get any offers? All right, so what? I mean, what happened? I mean, other properties were selling. What do you think stopped it? All right, so
Mm-hmm.
like, what do you think should have been done? All right, and then now they'll talk about. So, is there anything wrong with the property? So, all right. So I asked some questions around the situation with expireds, and then that primes them for the motivation for me to be able to have a little bit more susceptibility to find out what was important about selling the property, and then I could dig a little bit deeper. All right. So strategy matters when you're talking about a conversation where I'm trying to get people to talk. The expired one specifically, they're a little bit more resistant. So situation helps prime ground so that you can ask motivational questions where you'll be able to dig a little bit deeper. Okay, so you didn't do that, but regardless of doing that or not, the theme of this call is like dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper on motivation. I gave you the tools for that. Ask more questions off of the questions on that. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it, but like you just weren't centered.
I know it. I feel like it's more so like I would ask the question and then I'll go maybe a second level deep, but then I'll also ram again. But instead of staying on the same topic of questions, I'll go to a whole completely topic of questions.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and your rams were almost like too complimentary or versus like making a little comment about it. Like don't worry about like over ramming. Like the more you embellish your rams, the better. But they need to be sensical as far, not just complimentary. Like they need to be relevant and sensical versus just great, fantastic, wonderful. I appreciate that. Like seemed a little fluffy. And then one thing here too that there's a huge opportunity for you, Tajay, is when you close, you're closing with features and not benefits. All you guys do that, right? Features, not benefits. All right, tell them how it's going to benefit them specifically. Right? Now I told you guys last week, here's my value I specifically assigned you the appointment. Because you said your close was, hey, give you some information. What was your close? Give me your close again.
Hey, Pauly, I can stop by 10, 15 minutes, take a look at the property, go over a game plan of how we can get you the top, most amount of money for the property, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty generic, right? All right. So here's my 6 value points that I assign to every appointment to really lather on the value and clearly assign value to the appointment. So they can understand how does it not what is it, information, get the most money possible. How does it benefit them? Okay. Because remember this one thing here, the number one thing in the world people are looking for: certainty.
Right.
Okay, that's why the news sells. The news sells uncertainty because they know how much we crave certainty. So that's why the news doesn't sell actually what's going on. They just sell bullshit to scare you because they know that you'll buy it. Right. Okay, you don't hear good news. You hear shitty news. All right, so what do they want? They want certainty. Okay, so top 2 things for me are clarity, certainty, and then from there I got options. I got inside market information. Market data, right? I got timing. They love that one. They always love that one, man. Timing. And then number 6, how to win. So I'll stack those. I'll use 1 or 2 of them. They push back. I'll reinforce with a couple more. And so instead of just information that can make you the most money possible, hey, look, Tajay, let's do this. It sounds like, based off of what you're saying, our next best step. That's a good lead right there, by the way. How I lead like that into it. Hey, let's do this, Tajay. Based off of what you're saying, it sounds like our next best step is for me to share some inside market information. Because obviously, I mean, you're not going to do anything unless the timing's right. You're not going to go back on the market unless it makes sense. I mean, timing's got to make sense. False or true?
True.
Okay, so let's do this. Let me give you some of that inside market information. And here's what I promise you, Tajay. You're going to have 100% clarity around your options, whether to go back on the market or wait, because at the end of the day, you want certainty that you can get what you want in a specific time frame that you want it. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes.
Okay. All right, break script. I'm just telling him what he wants to hear in regards to the things that he wants. What does he really want? Money. Okay, but what about the money? Should I go back on the market? How do I, what is the most money? What does that money do for me? Now, I could have also layered that with motivation that he gave me based off of his motivation. So let's go back to the 2 role plays ago where I go, hey, Tajay, it sounds like you don't have to pay off your daughter's debt, but I mean, if you could get that paid off, you'd want that to happen. False or true?
True.
Okay, so look, here's what I'll make sure that we do. When we sit down, I'll make sure that you have certainty around how to make that happen, and then clarity around timing. Because at the end of the day, like, you don't want to go back on the market if it's going to waste your time. Is that what I understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me give you some of this inside market information that will help you understand, you know what? I can pay off my daughter's debt right now. Or, how much of it could you pay off? And then you're going to figure out what you're going to do from there. No commitments. Let's just sit down and talk. Does Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6 work better for you?
Wednesday at 6.
Okay, that's one way. Also, I'm going to dump it on you guys today. Okay, here we go. Pump, fake, close, Kevin. Pump, fake, close. Okay. The pump, fake, close is I ask you a question I know the answer to. Hey, look, you're not going to go back on the market unless it makes sense for you, right? And he goes, yeah, right. Okay. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, this is about selling for the most money possible, right? At the end of the day, this is about finding the right buyer who can appreciate your home, because it sounds like you had a Baba Ganoush realtor, and if you had the right professional who could attract the right buyer, who could appreciate your home and make the best offer, you'd at least still be open to that, correct? Correct. So the pump, fake, close is where you haven't heard that one, Prieto, right? The pump, fake, close is you ask a question they know that you know the answer to, they answer it, and then you go in for the close. Great. Well, that's exactly why we need to sit down and talk, and then you slop on value, certainty, clarity, options, inside market information. Okay, look, I got this. These are my scripts right here in my station. Okay, I only use a couple scripts because most of them are in my head now, right? But even every now and then I'll pull it out, and I got my little script board right there, and all my value for appointment, clarity, certainty, options. I got that shit on my whiteboard. I'm literally like this. I'm on the phone because this is my prospecting station, and I turn around, I go, and I look at it. I know what they are. But what is I'm getting old now, right? Quarterbacks in the NFL, right? Jalen Hurts.
Playbooks.
Right? Jalen Hurts has got the playbook on his arm, right? And he gets back to the huddle and he goes, okay, what's going on here? Not that you're going to read the scripts, but you get distracted. I know the expired script, but I have it there because you know why? They say some shit, and then my emotions flare up because emotions work even faster than thoughts. And I'm like, this asshole, I can't believe he just said that to me. Like, does he know who he's talking to? Does he know who he's freaking talking to? Right? And then I'm like, all right, okay, breathe, Paul. Hey, did you get any offers at 350? Because when I asked them, Tajay, on the expired, did you get any offers at 350? They answer. And then I got to stay super tight because they're still in like press mode. They want them away. They want to get away from me. I keep those response gaps super tight. I do some trail repeat and approves. I ask better questions around situation. I ask the questions, but I ask them better. I ask some questions off of the questions. Now we're rolling. Now we're hanging. Now they're giving. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Andre, what were you saying? You were mouthing something there, and you were like,
No, I was like, you're absolutely right. And like the first, and I know, being an observer, but like when you said you were holding or you're pausing, immediately that teed up a question. Well, what's important to you about holding?
yeah,
Right. Because we come to find out after you guys continue script practice that he's losing money. So opening up, even if someone's just holding, why is that important to you? Just like you said, or what's that going to do for you to hold? Completely opens the floodgate to all of these insights.
Yeah. Now, the foundation of this all is your identity. Because if you walk in scared, I don't know Jason Prieto Jr. there with the beard. I don't know who that is. Right? Who's that? Who's that, Prieto?
That's Javier, bro.
Javier, right?
No.
I don't, right? Okay. Javier, if you walk in and you're like, let me try this out. Let me see what happens here. Or worse, like you don't have a playbook in front of you. I'm like, all right, here's some things to say that are important because I'm trying to make money and I'm going to get distracted because you will get distracted. You will get thrown off. You will get sucked in and you don't have something and you're just winging it. Then they can hear that. They can hear that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about and you're trying to get a $10,000 commission, a $30,000 commission. Fuck off. You're not getting it. You know what? I'm swearing from now on.
Hell yes.
We love it.
Do it.
I can't help it. It makes me
It makes it better.
passionate to understand. Well, look. This is serious shit, man.
Is
Yeah.
This is
dying.
serious shit. We're talking about making $10,000. Some people, it takes them 3 months to make $10,000. And you're going to make it in one shot? You got to have the skills. So who are you when you're showing up to go, okay, let's go, MF. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. You want to give me that? Let's go. Let's go. And Taj, keep this role play up, man, because the more you role play, the stronger and more confident you're going to get, and the more fluent you're going to get, because you have some fluidity. Like you're flowing, right? Mike, you had some fluidity, right? You were flowing, but the fluency is a little still kind of clunky a little bit. And when you're not fluent, you're speaking broken real estate, and that shows up in your results. You're just not making as many appointments. You're not getting as many nurtures. And that's the game that you really want to play, is that follow-up game and that appointment game. Because follow-up's good. I'm making appointments. We're setting like 2 or 3 appointments a day here based off of all this nurturing that we've been doing. And Andrea, that's the reward. That's the stay committed to the process, because shit might not show up right now, but I'm telling you, when it does, hockey stick. You know what that means? Whoo! You're like this, and then all of a sudden, boop, and you're gonna pop. And there's gonna be, and you're gonna go, oh shit, $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month. That's what's at stake here. Okay, takeaways, ahas. Tajay, you're first.
Just again, keep digging deeper. Um, Internalize the script more, especially the close. That close that you used, the one that you did with the leading, I like that one. I think I'm gonna kind of borrow that one a bit from you.
What
And
was the close?
the one when you said you kind of let him, hey, Taja, what I'd like to do, what from what I'm hearing you say, the next best step is, and then kind of go into it there. And I'm not sure if that's in the playbook or not, because I didn't.
It's not. It's
Yeah, I'm
not.
like that one.
It's
Like
not.
that sounded nice. I like that one.
Yeah, based off of what you said, so it takes based on what you're saying, not what I'm saying. Based on what you're saying, our next best step is, and then fill in the blank on the perfect close, which is in the playbook: value, strike commitment, assumptive close. That's the perfect close. Value, it's got to be heavy. It's got to the benefit, not just the what, like what, not just what it is, like how is it important to them.
Right.
And I gave you 6 strong pieces of value to lump on them. Strike commitment, assumptive close. That's good. Okay. Andrea, take away.
Don't assume. Don't assume you understand the situation. Don't assume you already know what they're going to say. Dig deeper and internalize the scripts more. Same here.
Yeah.
Ajay, 100%. I've got to internalize it more.
Guys, I'm still, when I get off some of these calls, yesterday we were doing a role play power hour. I do it in person in the market center here. And I went through and I'm like, that was a pretty good role play. And then we went around the room, we were talking about it. And one of the girls goes, you know what? What about questions around the investor and what they're going to do with the money on 1031 exchange or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't even ask that question. So here's the deal. This is why I'm saying role play is so freaking important, because you're going to make money by what you say and the quality you say it. And people hear me and it's like, okay, well, dude, I've been role playing thousands and thousands of hours. And you're never going to be perfect, but I'll tell you what, you'll get to a point where you're seriously better. And especially if you're tracking your numbers, you'll see what that actually means. You should be tracking your numbers if you want to be a pro. You want to make $500,000 a year? You want to make my number one guy, Dan Mum, Las Vegas, came onto my team in Las Vegas, drove a piece of shit Honda Civic, drove up. He's 21 years old. Within 5 years, he's $1 million producer. Net. Single guy. Las Vegas. Single agent. Okay? He's got a buyer's agent because he doesn't do any buyer's agents. He doesn't do any buyer stuff. But like, okay, now it's not about everybody being $1 million agent. It ain't about that. But you know where you need to be and what it's going to mean for your family. You know why this is important, because you don't want to go back to that job. You know what's at stake in regards to your debt. Join the club.
I claim it. I'm next. I claim it.
Yep. So get fucking mad.
Let's go.
Get mad. Get mad on like what this means and how serious it is, because nobody else in the office is going to be doing this. Nobody. Okay, very few, very few. You're on a team and you're lucky enough to hang with Prado and Jordan. Cool. That's why you guys are here. But like, it's lonely at the top, man. People don't want to do this shit. There is huge opportunity for you guys out there. Okay, Michael, take us home here. What's your takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, I know the theme of the call, today is it's you got to dig deep, but like you said, the small things. I mean, get real small. Inches, like you said, inches.
Inches, man,
What
they're
does that mean
there.
for you? I mean, that's yeah, and Jason's got the script over there.
Yeah,
He's got his board too.
the inches are everywhere. You just got to listen. And then Tajay is we lost him. No, there.
No, I'm there.
Tajay, the refinement of how good those questions are and how good I deliver them, that's will only come through role play. It won't come through making the calls and you guys playing on the field. You don't win the fucking Super Bowl by showing up to games. You practice all fucking week long, and then you have the coaches down your ass, and that's how you win. Not showing up on Sunday to play. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. You guys are in the right place. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I was kind of, my energy wasn't so
You,
great when I
coach. We
started.
love
And
you,
we got
bro.
Jason
You're the
Prieto.
best. Tell him to go back to your YouTube videos. I used to memorize those things before I met this guy. I was memorizing them on my way to the appointments. Oh man, before I met him, and I'm still using the same scripts today.
Yeah,
Just
I
so you
love
know.
it, man. Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you. Yep. Any other wins from Real Sales Talk recently or in the past?
I have one.
Give me it.
I'm kind of like Jason. I listen to a lot of your YouTube videos, and it really has helped me out in terms of how I speak and really digging deep into the conversations on the phone. And it's something that I love that you say, and I've had that problem with high D people. Um, I've learned that what you said, like you have to pump up your chest to these guys too, because you can't win with what is it? You can't play, I guess, with power, with not as much power. I don't know exactly how you phrased it, but you have to almost meet their level, and then that's how they respect you. And I
Yep.
actually got a listing appointment last week just because I was doing that.
Yeah. You can't be weak when they're strong. They don't want
Yeah.
that. They want strong. Respectfully, professionally, like
Mm-hmm.
you got to be able to step up your game and get strong. And even when they're on the other side of the scale, like the amiables, like you better downshift. You better start being you better start showing some heart and some love. Because it ain't about the money. It's about finding the right buyer and being in the right relationship and being comfortable and caring about look, dude, that ain't me. But guess what? I better fucking switch gears and get real I want to help these people. Because remember, this is so important. And what differentiates what I do here than anywhere else is that this is not about convincing people shit. This is about sorting. We're not in the convincing business. We're in the sorting business. And the better conversations you have because you prioritize the people, because you're a hound dog for those inches, Tajay. I mean, you're sniffing those inches out like every conversation, and nothing phases you. I mean, phases you very little because I still get phased, right? Where somebody says some stupid shit or somebody's pissed off. Come on, man. I'm a first responder. I'm a pro. Like I step into the fire because I got serious value to bring. You may not want to do it, and it may there may be nothing here, but I'm not going to let your piss ass attitude affect the fact that I can may be able to help you and get you what you really want. But we're going to find that out because I don't want to convince you to do that. You just got to really want to do that. But I got to get to a place where I earn the conversation and I sift out situation, motivation, and then we get there. I love doing this. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you.